It's good to see you again.
Hey, how are you?
Fabulous. Shit. What's happened since I've seen you?
I know. You've been quite ubiquitous.
I've been real ubiquitous.
I just love the amount of times that the word bitch is on your album, just peppered
Yeah.
throughout. It's glorious.
Somebody said a very ridiculous number. I don't know if it's true, but they said nearly 10,000 times. I don't think that's
Well,
possible.
no, we're gonna have to fact check that.
Just fact checked it.
Thank you for joining the Hollywood Reporter Presents. I'm Mikey O'Connell. I'm here with Lizzo, creator, host, and executive producer of Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big Girls, which is nominated for 6 Emmy Awards, including Outstanding Competition Program. Congratulations.
Thank you.
One thing that I think is missing from a lot of competition shows is actually getting to see the results after the show is over. People win a record contract or something, and then they just sort of disappear. But here we've seen these women with you on SNL promoting your new album. They're going on tour with you. Can you tell me a little bit about the instant gratification that you've got from putting these women to work?
I put these bitches to work. Isn't that so cool though? Like I feel you on that one. Like that is the thing that you kind of miss. It's like, oh, you see their journey, you fall in love with these people, and then like when the show is over, it's like poof, you know. And I wasn't even intentionally trying to do this, but I was like, nah, son. Like as soon as I needed dancers, I was talking to Tanisha Scott, and I was like, okay, so who are we getting for this? And I was like, oh, I know who. Charity, Sydney, Asia, Ashley, Crystal. Like I had people to choose from. And that was really why I did this show. So that when I need 14 dancers on stage at the BET Awards, I don't have to stress. I don't have to think twice, that I know I'm gonna have big girls on stage who can dance, who are superstars. And it has really been instantly gratifying. But between me and you, that was the point. You know, I just had like a super publicized, documented, like open call audition, and it really paid off. People online too have like had amazing, like when SNL happened, they were like, I'm crying right now. Like, is that really Charity? Is that really Sydney? Is like they were freaking out. So I love to see the fans of the girls too see them in real time.
And how are the girls reacting to the fans? Because it's one thing to have this opportunity to be on a show with you, to get to work with you, but then to almost simultaneously be on SNL, like you said. Like, how are they adjusting to this new platform?
I don't know. I think it's probably, I mean, listen, hosting and performing on SNL had my head spinning. So I think we're all in this together where we're like, whoa, this is okay, here we go. And it was like a moment with the BET Awards recently where I was like, you know, in our, you know, the last rehearsal, we were all holding hands. And I was like, yo, to the big girls, I just want to say, I'm so proud of y'all. Like a year ago, you were auditioning to be on my TV show, and now you're opening the BET Awards. Like, this is incredible. You worked hard for it. You've earned it. And you can really see it on their faces. Like they're very present. They don't take any moment for granted. And this is exactly what I wanted. This is why I did an open call audition from girls who possibly didn't have agents or who are newer to the industry. That joy and excitement reminds me of me every time I do something. I'm like, this is so fun. I get to sing and rap and dance. And so I think the girls are just like in the moment being like, this is my life now. And it's been really, really incredible to watch.
Working together and preparing for the tour, preparing for the BET Awards, what did you have to do to sort of like solidify the team? Because you're working with established career dancers who've been represented for a long time, and then these people who are completely new to the industry and obviously have the same talent but are experiencing it from a very different point of view.
I think there's been a learning process for a lot of the newer girls, But the beauty of the, industry dancers that I work with is like Charlene and Shantae, they have experienced being discriminated against, being bullied, being left out of things, and they never want anyone else to feel that way. So like even Shantae was saying, I didn't know what Master Tour was, and nobody would tell me what Master Tour was. I'm never gonna let a new dancer not know how to look at the tour, and know what's going on from city to city. Like they're really nurturing the girls, and we're allowing them to learn in this space versus, in other rooms, sometimes I feel like it's like, if you don't know, get out. But I'm aware that these girls came from having little to no experience. So I'm not going to just make them feel bad. I'm going to give them room to grow still. It's almost like the TV show is still going because they're still learning and they're still being challenged.
Are you filming it?
No. That would be cool though, huh? Damn.
It sure would. Have you had conversations with other artists about how to broaden searches for talent and collaborators to those that are not necessarily represented by managers or agents? Because that is truly like one of the biggest gatekeepers in the industry is getting someone to sort of put you out there for you. Because a lot of times we just don't listen to the people who are just putting themselves out.
No, I haven't talked to anyone else about something like that, but you make a really good point about gatekeeping and representation. And I think that that's something worth exploring in the future when I do this, because this was Watch Out for the Big Girls was very selfish. It was for me. I needed dancers. But yeah, like if I really want to shake up the industry, it's going to take kind of opening up, the doors in other areas, not just with me, so that it kind of spreads out and becomes a real, fixed part of the culture and not just comes and goes with me, So you have a really good point there. That's something to think about.
What was your experience with getting representation? Because I think a lot of people view you as this ascendant, like almost overnight success story, but you were hustling for such a long time. When did you get people on that side of things really paying attention to you?
I think that I was very fortunate because there were people who believed in me before I knew what I was capable of. I remember one of the earliest memories of me trying to be a solo artist. I had a meeting with this guy, and I think he was like a young producer type manager guy. And he was like, so what kinds of things are you doing, to be a solo artist? And I was like, well, I'm working on a diet right now. I'm trying to, and he was like, what are you talking about? He's like, I'm talking about, are you writing songs? Have you been going to open mics? Are you, getting comfortable with your voice? And I was like, hello, like just mind opening for someone to just like believe in my talent. And from then on, I think that I understood, like when I sit with these people, they're here because of my talent and they believe in me. And I've never settled for less in that area. I think when it comes to the team around me, I've always had people who believed in me, but yeah, kind of breaking down doors in the industry, like being the first plus size Black woman on the cover of Vogue and things like that, like being at the Met Gala, being, a plus size pop star. I think it did take 10 years of grinding and work and going from indie to, Atlantic Records to mainstream. So, I did have to work for it. It wasn't given to me. It wasn't easy, but I think having people who believed in my talent over everything, made it possible.
You were heading to the Met Gala the last time we spoke. What was your review of the Met Gala?
It's always very fun for me. This is my second time going, and I think that I just get lit. I really do. And I just sit and just talk. I really, and then Lenny Kravitz came out and I ran to the stage and rocked out with Lenny Kravitz. Like I just had a lot of fun. I looked great. I was on theme, best dressed, period. I'm in the best dressed list every time. And yeah, I love carpets. I love the spectacle of it all. I love looking beautiful and making moments. And yeah, I just treat it like a party. It's like prom and I'm drunk.
I mean, you talk about like finding that confidence in your career. Tell me about how this show has shifted maybe or expanded your expectations for yourself and what you can do with the clout that you have now and the kind of impact you can make on other people.
Not the clout. Cool. Clout in like hip hop terms is very like
Wait, oh no, I'm being so white. What is that?
you know, it's like, oh, you clout chasing, da 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 da.
Yes, but yeah.
But to have it
Yeah.
is heavy. I feel like I really do feel like anything is possible. I've felt that way for a long time because of what I've been able to accomplish with my own personal story in my life and seeing where I came from and how I got here. I'm like, sometimes I'll be looking like, damn, like anything. I can make anything happen if I really believe and work my ass off hard enough. The Emmys were a shock to me because as someone who's just been music, I never thought that music would take it this far, to quote Notorious B.I.G. I never thought music would take it this far, like Emmys. And this is just me doing what I do, you know, doing what I love, dancing and singing and having big girl dancers. So the sky is really the limit. And I have a lot of ideas, so more things to come.
Can you share one of those ideas?
Not until contracts are signed.
Okay, we'll be very official about it.
Yeah.
Gosh, I would be really remiss if I didn't force you to talk about Special, your new album, while I have you here. The list of producers on this album is insane. People you've worked with, people you haven't worked with. And I was really curious about To Be Loved because Max Martin produced it, and he is this sort of like mega pop kingmaker that's just sort of like cast the shadow over like my entire life. What was the experience like working with producers and him in particular?
Max Martin definitely is a kind of like dream list of someone who's been a fan of pop music and a writer, you know, of pop music like me. And, you know, this has been a long time coming. I met him at the Brit Awards in 2020 and he knew who I was. And I was like, you know who I am? And he's like, you know who I am? And I was like, whoa. And that was just the beginning of learning so much about this incredibly humble, sweet, sensitive, creative, thoughtful human being. And that's not what I thought I was getting into. When you think about going in with like a pop music juggernaut, you don't think it's going to be that, but it was such a beautiful collaborative experience. And I'm a very micromanager, over controlling, got to do it all myself type of person. But in this instance, I was like, this is Max Martin. I've always wondered what a Lizzo and Max Martin song sounds like. Let me sit back and let him take the wheel. And I let him take the wheel, but I realized in doing that, he had me right there in the passenger seat. So it was an incredible ride together. We made what I think is like a pop masterpiece. And I still have my identity while being in Max Martin's world, which I think he's so good at doing that. And I'm very, very proud of that song.
It's really hard to do that. It's so hard to get this like sort of like iconic producer and then also not make it sound like them necessarily and still have it sound like you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm proud of this album. I mean, I really did it. I can't even hold you. Like, it's a beautiful, perfect album in my eyes. And I'm very proud of myself and everyone involved.
I mean, we talk about how busy you have been. You are going to continue to be very busy. You have the tour, you have a doc coming out. What can you tell me about the doc?
Documentary is going to be expansive. I started filming this documentary around Coachella 2019. And so I really feel like that's when people started to, from Coachella to the BET Awards that year, where Rihanna stood up, when I pulled the flute out, all the way to the Grammys to now, has been such a wild ride. And I'm so blessed to have been able to capture all of these moments. So I'm excited to see what the hell I was going through, because I've just been moving forward, that I didn't even really get a chance to stop and reflect. So I'm excited to see this journey too. I hope that this explains to a lot of people where the fuck I came from, because nobody really knows. And it's just a second reintroduction of myself. Like, I feel like where I popped up out of nowhere, me and my flute, and people are like, where does she come from? And now people are getting to know me. But this documentary is really going to solidify, hi, my name is Lizzo. We cool. We know each other. We can go to brunch now.
Yes, brunch for everyone after the documentary comes out.
Yeah, mimosas for all.
We're gonna go way off topic before I let you go, because this is a very significant day. Have you listened to Beyonce's new album yet?
Ooh, damn. This is way off topic, but I was not expecting it. I listened to it last night in my theater with the surround motherfucking sound. I'm gonna say Virgo's Groove has got to be my favorite song. Cuff It is right behind that bitch. Right behind that bitch. What I'm really excited about is people are creating music to dance, useful music to move, and to feel good. And that's something that I've always been about. And like hearing Beyonce sing, I'm comfortable in my body, I love myself. Like Beyonce sing that is, such a testament to how far we've come. Because when I first came in the industry and I was writing songs like I'm in love with myself, like I never heard people talk like that. And the impact of someone like her singing that is going to just help so many people with finding themselves and loving themselves. So it's incredible. I mean, we've come really, really far in the way that we talk about ourselves and the way we feel about ourselves. And it's a beautiful thing to celebrate. And this album feels like a celebration.
I mean, well, you're also helping people with that. So thank you for that.
Yeah, anytime. I got you.
And thank you for such a fantastic talk, at least for me.
It was cool for me too. What the hell?
Oh, good. Lizzo, always such a pleasure. And thanks everyone for watching THR Presents with Emmy nominee Lizzo.